Hello everyone, it's me Ahmed Radwan, and today we are going to continue our series PHP from scratch, and we are going to continue with dealing with strings, and also are going to continue with encryption. But today we are going to talk about two-way encryption. In previous tutorials we spoke about one-way encryption, means you can encrypt string but you cannot decrypt it. Today we are going to talk about how you can decrypt a string. So let's get started. Here I have only a text. Let's try what will happen here. I'm echoing the text, nothing new for you. The first function I want to introduce to you is called base 64. As you can see here, I have base 64 decode and base 64 encode, and I'm going to use encode to encode the string, which is going to be str and semicolon here. I want to echo this string, so I basically use echo, and let's run it. As you can see, I'm getting the encrypted string of this string, and this function is safe function. Means what? Means it will not produce any strange characters. It will only produce alphanumeric characters and the equal sign sometimes, but it will not produce a question mark, will not produce quotation or single quote, some things like that. So you can easily save the result in a text field in MySQL. Now I have encrypted the string. How to get it back? Easy. I use the other function, which is going to be base 64 underscore decode, and this is the one. Here I have to give this one a name in order to use it here, so I'm gonna give it $a equals, just I am giving it a name, nothing more. Here I'm using the variable a. This is the one I want to decrypt, and here I'm going to use echo, and that's it. It's right. And as you see here, I got my string back. Of course, it's not a good way of encryption if you want to encrypt your password or client password. It's not a good way to use it this way, because it's very simple. Anyone can just encode and decode it. Just use it as a method if you want to encrypt something, to add it to a URL or maybe cookies or something like that, but I don't recommend you using this one for encrypting customer password. Also, another idea, you can use this function as many times as you want. You can use it 10 times to encrypt a string, and once you want to decode it, you want to decode the string, you have also to decode it 10 times. So this is just a method, or you can create your own. I hope that is clear. I'm going to move to another function. I have to delete this one, which is more powerful than this. I want to first, PHP info. I want to run this function. This function you may be familiar with, and here I just want to use this one. Here this is the same. I'm just getting some information about my PHP setup, and I want you to make sure you have this extension mcrypt. Mcrypt is an extension. It may or maybe not installed in your PHP. If it's not installed, you have to install it yourself, but if it's exists there, then you can use this function. It's going to be a function now. I will show you, in order to encrypt and decrypt strings in a more powerful way. So let's see this one. Now I'm going to use this function. It's called mcrypt, and as you see, mcrypt sorry, mcrypt underscore encode, sorry, encrypt, mcrypt underscore encrypt. This is the one I'm looking for here, and let's try it. As you see, it needs you must provide 4 parameters. You must provide 4 parameters for this function to work. The first parameter is the cipher or the algorithm. So from where I can get this one, I go back to the PHP info page, and here are the supported ciphers. For me, I'm going to use this one, Ghost. I'm going to use this one, Ghost. So I will replace this one with, you can use whatever you want, of course. I'm going to replace this one with mcrypt underscore Ghost, and as you see, NetBeans found it, so I'm gonna choose it. The other one is the key. The key is it's just a string, no one should know this string but you, but it's going to, because it's going to be used for encryption and decryption. So here I'm gonna get it out, placed in a variable here, and I will use any string I like, any string, but be careful, it should not be more than 32 characters. So here I'm going to use, this is my key. Can change this one. Remember, this is very important. Very important. Without it, you cannot decrypt. Here, the data here is going to be the string I'm gonna or I want to encrypt. Here, the data is, I'm gonna give it a name, and I will call this. This is my string. I want to encrypt this one. And the mode here, what is the mode? The mode also you can get from PHP info here. You can use whatever you want from this one, but I'm gonna use the first one. So here I'm going to use this one. It's a constant, by the way. So here I'm gonna use my underscore mode and I'm going to use ECB, and run it. As you see, I got the encryption of this string, but also, as you see, it's unread. Some characters are unreadable characters because basically it's encrypted in binary mode. If now you want to get it back, you want to decrypt this string, this one, I have to use the opposite function, which is also called mcrypt. But the same way, let's save time, I'm gonna copy all of this. You have to copy it all, you have to use the same key, and here I'm gonna give it another name, B, and instead of encrypt, I will use decrypt, and here instead of data I have to use the encrypted text, which is going to be A. So here I'm gonna use A, and I don't want to mix things together, so I will use horizontal line like that. So let's try it. As you see, I got it, but I'm also getting some unreadable characters here. I'm going to show you later how to get rid out of that, but now the most important, you got the string. I want to show you something else here. Here actually you cannot store this one in a text field, because it's in binary. So if you want to place it in MySQL, either you have to use a binary field, or you cannot store it. In another word, I want to have readable characters in order to place them in a string field in MySQL. So I want to introduce to you this function as well. It's called bin to hex, and it's going to take the string, which is going to be a $a, and also I'm going to use this. I'm going to give it another name, echo $e, for example, equals this one, and I'm going to use break line again here and here. Let's try it. And as you see, this string unreadable, that has unreadable characters, has been converted into strings that you can read, because it's in hex, and hex, as you know, it's numbers from 0 to 9, and letters, small letters from A to F. So you can store this value in, it's safe to store this value in SQL or MySQL. But now what if I want to decrypt it again, or get it back to binary? Because now here I need to provide binary for this. I need to provide what I got from here, I need to provide here. So if I'm going to use this one E here, I'm gonna get problem here. Let's try it. Of course it's not correct in decryption. So there is another function also, I will call it if, and it calls pack, and you are going to convert from hex to binary. So you use it like this, back h star, then the string you want to convert is E, and let's run it. Now I have to change this one to be F also before we run that. So let's run it, and as you see I got the correct string, but still having this annoying extra characters. Now I want to show you how to get rid out of this extra characters. Actually it's not a bug, but it depends on the string length. Sometimes if it's not matching the number of characters that should be produced, this function, the decrypt function will place extra characters. You may or may not get it depending on the string itself. So I will show you how to get rid out of this extra character. And if you also want, you can see the official website for PHP. We are talking about this one. So I'm going to use str replace, and this one I'm going to replace this character x0 with null, mean nothing, and in B, and let's give it the semicolon. And here I don't want to echo this one, I want to echo this one. So let's try it now, and as you see the annoying extra character has been disappeared. And this is the way you can use it to encrypt and decrypt a string in a very easy way, but you make sure this mcrypt is installed as extension. And finally, I hope that was useful for you, and thank you very much for watching my video. Talk to you soon.